Well, hello there. I'm having some coffee, so cheers. Everything's better with coffee. So do you ever have those days, this is the kind of day I'm having, where you know you should be doing something and you just aren't feeling it? Yeah, it's like that today. So sometimes when you have so much to do, you just can't motivate yourself to do anything. So I've been in and out a couple times, out to the garden and back in and back out to the garden and so on and so on. And I just can't seem to focus on a project. So there's a couple things that need to be done. I need to trim a branch or two from a couple of trees. I need to do that. And I also need to plant a few things. So I'm trying to focus on a small task, just to get something done. Well, anyway, what I try to do when I'm feeling that way, usually I have somewhat of an idea of what I want to do. And I know I should do something outside because it has turned into a nice day. And we're supposed to get some warmer weather coming up the next couple days. Of course, there's rain in the forecast again, but you know, that doesn't mean I can't do anything. So on days like that, I just need to focus on one small thing. So if that's putting a few plants in a pot, then that's a good place to start. But sometimes what happens then is one thing kind of motivates you when you see that it worked out, and it'll motivate you to move on to something else. Now that doesn't mean you're going to get a ton accomplished on that day, because today I don't think I will, but I'm going to give it a go and see what I can accomplish. I feel like I should be doing work inside. I feel like I should be doing work in the garage. I feel like I should be doing work outside. So there's all these things floating around in my head, and just thinking about it, it kind of makes you overwhelmed. So I think focusing on just a couple of things is very helpful. So what I'm focusing on right now is my coffee. And what I'd really like to do today is just go pick a book and go sit somewhere and read it. But I have to kind of take advantage of the weather when it permits, because there's still quite a bit to do in the garden. I'm ticking off the list, but there's still quite a bit to do. So, all right, well, talking about it isn't going to get me anywhere. And I finished my coffee. So now I can concentrate on getting a couple of things done. And then I'm going to call it good. If I continue, if I get on a roll and I continue, that would be great. But if I don't, I'm going to give myself some grace and say, okay, you did a few things today. It doesn't always have to be a marathon. So let's see what needs to be done in the garden, and then we'll see where I go from there. All right, well, I still need to do this corner, but that can wait. So I think what I'm going to do today, just to get myself started, is to do that planter over there. I planted this one yesterday, this one, and this one has mint growing. So maybe I'll cut back some mint and dry that. But I'm growing blue oyster mushrooms. This was from what I got last summer, at the farmer's market. I'm going to see if they're there again this year. And I have, no, don't eat my mushrooms. No, go. No, go. All right, then I'll eat a dandelion. But anyway, I forgot over here where I stuck my lion's mane mushrooms, I stuck some asparagus in there that I totally forgot about. So I've got a couple things of asparagus coming up there. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do today. And we'll see if I have any energy to do anything else. Maybe I'll trim a tree. Nothing big, just a small one. All right, let's see if I get anywhere. A company reached out to me and sent me this really nice little chainsaw. Company is CC. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's not real heavy. And I can certainly use this to trim small tree limbs out in my garden. So I'm going to open this up and I'll show you what's inside. So thank you, CC, for sending this to me and letting me test it out. So here's what all comes in. The chainsaw. It's not super heavy. It's something that I can handle. It's got a sheath to protect the blade, and this is a protector too, so it doesn't fly in your face. It's got a charger. Comes with 2 batteries, which is nice. That way you can keep going once you're on a roll. Not sure what's in this little pack. I have to open it up. Comes with safety glasses and a pair of gloves and an instruction book. So let me get this laid out and I'll show you exactly what's inside. It comes with a little bottle for oil, an extra chain, a couple of files, a brush to clean it, a little screwdriver, and some sort of an Allen wrench to tighten it up. It's got this bolt here, and it's to tighten that up. So it's nice. I think I'm going to like it. So I'm going to test it out. I have some tree branches that I need to cut, and we'll see how nicely it works. All right, well, here I have this cute little saw that this company sent me. CC, I believe it's pronounced. And over here I have my magnolia tree, and one of the branches sticks way out, and I'm afraid that's going to break off during the winter if we have a storm. So I'm going to cut that branch off a little bit and take some of that weight off of there. So I've got my gloves and my glasses, and I'm going to try this out. And it's, you can charge it. Comes with 2 batteries. Gonna put my gloves on too. So let's give this thing a try. I'm sure it'll be nice. It's good for cutting small branches and small things from trees. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a try and see how it works. And just that easy, I trimmed the tree. Now I can cut this up further for some firewood if I wanted to. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, that'll be much better. So this is really nice. And the company said that they would provide a code to get some money off. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this up. And then I'll probably just put it in the woods and let the wood mellow. And this wood would also be great if you have a fire pit. So maybe I'll save those and get a fire pit. And you want to make sure you protect your eyes and your hands. All right, I hope I didn't cut too much off my tree, but that branch was really sticking out. So, all right. I also have some, I don't even know if I can reach it, but over there I have some pine tree branches that are kind of in the way. So I'm going to trim those too. But I have to adjust my camera here. So let's go for a walk over here to the woods. Let's see. Hopefully you can see me. There I am. But yeah, you can use it for trimming your pine trees too. Some of these are dead. So yeah, it's a great little tool. So all right, I'm going to see if I can get the code for this. And then you guys can use it too if you want. It's handy to have one of these little saws. All right. Well, anyway, if you have any interest or if you have a need for a little chainsaw, I can highly recommend the Sensi chainsaw that was sent to me. It does a fantastic job. And the company has given a discount code. I think it's a 10% discount code. And the saw is available on Amazon. And I will leave a link to the saw. And I'll leave the code, the discount code, in the description box. Alrighty then. Well, I did get a couple things accomplished. So that's good. But I also decided, I figured out a couple things that I don't want to do anymore. And one of those is to plant anything else in the ground. Because it is so hard. It's just awful clay. And you almost need a pickaxe to plant anything in there. So I have a couple of perennials that I want to plant in the front. They're not in a super huge pot, but I'm going to plant those. But any other perennials or annuals or anything else like that that I buy in the future, and I'm going to make a note of this in my garden journal, is going to have to live in a pot, because it's just too hard to plant anything in the ground here. It's Ohio, well, at least where I am here, we have a very clay-like soil, and it's just not pleasant to plant in. So you have to do a lot of amending to the soil if you want to plant in the ground, and I'm just not at a point in my life where I want to do that anymore. I don't want to rototill the ground. I don't want to add heavy bags of amendments. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm trying to make things easier. So for me, planting in pots is the way to go. So anyway, I got to get ready in a little bit and go to my grandson's commencement, so that's exciting. We had another grandson. I have 5 grandchildren. My oldest is 23, and he's been working. He has a good job. So this is grandson number 2 that has made it through high school. So yay for that. Congratulations, Damien. Job well done. So, and then grandson number 3, he just made his temporary driver's license, which is a little bit scary because he's a daredevil. So, and then after that, I have my 2 granddaughters. They're the youngest, so, but they're still in school. So, anyway, I have to get ready now and go to the commencement, and the weather did warm up, and hopefully we don't have any thunderstorms rolling in later. So, all right, my friends, if you're having a hard time getting motivated, try doing 1 or 2 small chores and see if that helps. And, you know, if that's all you get done in the day and then you want to go read that book or watch that television program, at least you'll feel better about what you accomplished during that day. So anyway, I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.